What is up, you guys? My name is Curtis from Sports Gamers Online, and I've been playing F1 23. Of course, I'm doing our review for it, and this is our review in progress. What I really like about this game is if you're not familiar with this sport or you're new to it, you want to get into it, this game does a great job of introducing all the rules and introducing the ins and outs of the sport to you. I really like the gameplay so far. I think it's really good. I think the driving is really smooth. As long as you're a good driver, the driving is very smooth. Feedback is great, and I think the feedback gets a little bit more intense and a little bit more realistic as you go deeper into difficulty, which it should. As soon as you get into like more of like mid-level difficulty, it's very hard to like kind of stop and turn. It gets very difficult with braking and hitting those corners really well, and I think that's what makes or breaks like a really good driver. What makes a good driver, well, it separates a good driver from a bad driver. I think that's what I'm trying to say. It gets very challenging too when you put up that difficulty. It's very what people need to realize when you play Formula One is you can't win every single match. It's not like playing Need for Speed or like Forza or anything like that. It's not about kind of winning matches or winning races, you know, outright. It's not about winning races all the time and being first all the time. You have to kind of climb up that leaderboard sometimes and build those points, and then kind of pick and choose what races you're going to win, because you have to kind of climb up your positioning in the races. So you know, you can start in 12th and then work your way to pole position into one of the big races and end up winning that and winning a lot of points, and that's what ultimately happens. Also, you have like another teammate, things like that, and the game gets into all that, which really has helped me understand the sport a little bit more. One of the big features right now is Breaking Point. Breaking Point so far I think is very intriguing. You are part of this new racing group called Connor Sports, and there's two rivals within this Connor Sports team that are both want to be in the limelight. I guess they both want to be in the limelight, and you get that. And what I like about Breaking Point is it kind of shows you what can go wrong, and it can kind of show you the drama that happens when you're part of a team and the drama that goes on in Formula One. So I think it's a good starting point for most people that are coming in and want to give this game a try, you know, just to kind of get the understanding, get what the motive is, get like what all the rules are in Formula One. And I don't know, I've enjoyed it so far. They're giving you like different kind of tasks to do while you're racing and things like that. It's just a good starting point for the game. I think the cutscenes in Breaking Point look actually fantastic with a lot of the facial animations and things like that. I'll get more into other parts of the cutscenes and other parts of the graphics a little bit later. Career mode was the next thing I jumped into. Now, the single player career mode, where it's just you and you join a team, I think it's okay at best. I don't think it's too crazy, honestly. I think it's cool that you can kind of start in like F2 and work your way up. It kind of reminds me how FIFA is with like if you do like a player career mode and you start in like a lower level team, you have to kind of work your way up. I think that's it's okay. I'm gonna say that I've had more fun with other modes than just your regular player career mode, where you join like a setup or you join a team and it's just you. The team career mode I've actually had a lot more fun with, because you can create a team and you act as like the owner and the main racer, and you can also like find another of course you get another teammate, so you have to like spend that on your budget, and you can go through all that. And I really like how the game goes through all that. You have to sign your first sponsorship, and then you go into, you know, buying a car, and you go into like getting, you know, new people on your team and stuff like that, and all that contributes to the budget. And I think it's just a little bit more interactive with the player, and once again, it's just a great way to kind of introduce to the player that this is what goes on in F1 in Formula One, and it's really good. Formula One World, this mode has loads of, it's your meat and potato mode, I guess you could say. It is a lot going on in there. You'll spend a lot of time in this mode. There's a lot of customization of like cars, clothes, to your place. Also, you can customize the little room that you're in. This is where you can do like all the upgrades to your cars. So basically, F1 World is like this overarching, I guess you would call it a mode that you can do solo races and build up your team. You can do online races and you still do the same thing, and you can upgrade your teammates. You can upgrade like tech points, you can upgrade your car, you can get more clothes, stuff like that. There's a lot going on into this particular mode. It's almost like player career mode but on steroids. There's so much more going on in it, and I've actually had a lot more fun in this mode than probably any other mode that's on here. One thing that I kind of raised my eyebrow at was the podium boxes. Now, I didn't see any microtransactions. Now, not in this build that I'm playing, I didn't see microtransactions, but I thought it was weird that there's podium boxes in here, and they kind of act as a season pass, and you can pay for another pass, like a VIP pass, to get the better stuff. And I'm just like, it's weird because I didn't see any real world currency being added to the points. I didn't see that, and it's weird because I'm like, well, this is an EA game, so I don't know, maybe if this current build that I'm playing doesn't have that, or maybe there isn't any real world money involved. I'm not sure, but like I said, podium boxes or the podium pass, whatever, that's in there, and it does require in-game money as you play through the game. You can earn that money and stuff like that. In-game graphics of the cars, of your team, kind of analyzing everything before a race looks beautiful. It's beautiful. It's great. Where I don't, there's a lot of things that I just don't like about F1 23's graphically, and you can see where the developers put more time in and where they just kind of left everything else to just be desired. I think in the regular cutscenes, like after a race has been won or anything like that, I think it looks very mediocre. I don't know, the animations just look a little weird to me, and the graphics just don't look as good as they do in a mode like Breaking Point. Also, a lot of the surrounding areas that are around the race just doesn't look that great. I think it's weird how you're driving and palm trees aren't kind of moving in the wind. And I know this sounds ridiculous. F1 23 doesn't really do it that well, especially when you're in these beautiful places like Las Vegas and Bahrain and Saudi Arabia and, you know, all these, you know, Austria, all these great tracks. The tracks look fantastic, but you're in these really nice places, but the game just doesn't really give them a lot of love in terms of everything outside of the track. And I just thought that was kind of weird. I haven't seen a track or an environment yet where I'm just like, wow, they really went the extra mile and made it look really good outside of the racetrack. But that's kind of, I feel like that's, if you're really into Formula One and you're just into the racing experience of the game, you're not really going to care much about that. But of course, with me, I've noticed that there's games like, you know, probably Forza Motorsport that really focuses on the small details, and this game just simply doesn't. Customization, the player customization is weak and it's awful. It's just pick an avatar. There's no skin color here. There's no hair options. There's no gender option. There is a gender option. You would just have to pick you would have to pick the female or the male preset, but that's about it. I just think that it's 2023. There should be better customization options, even with some of the clothing options and how you can kind of change the colors. Sometimes you're trying to get a certain color and it just doesn't look good. I think that's just really weird. I wish there was more customization options in terms of everything. Like, the whole customization in this game just needs to be overhauled, honestly. It just doesn't look good. There's not enough options, and you just can't get the look that you quite want, so you have to kind of work within the restraints of the game. Another thing that I don't like is I don't like how there's like not a race now feature. It would be cool if there was one, because then you can just pick Lewis Hamilton and you can just kind of just race, you know, just jump right into a race in the new Las Vegas circuit. And I wish that they had that, but they don't have that, and that's kind of sucks. So those are my nitpicks right now. The review will be out soon. My name is Curtis Russell with Sports Gamers Online. You can follow me on Twitter at Cali from the Dojo, and let me know if you guys are starting to play the game yet. I know it ain't, I don't think it's coming out until Friday actually, but let me know if you have played it or if you've seen it. Let me know what you guys think about F1 23 in the comments, and I'll check you guys later. All right, peace. If you guys like the content we do here on Sports Gamers Online, then hit that like button and subscribe to SGO right now. And if you want the most out of your SGO experience, then join SGO Insider.